My name is Girish. I work with SAP and I play the role of Senior Director Risk Management. I can talk about three critical points. One, cybersecurity as an industry, it's growing in terms of the amount of um, the ransom and the challenges which companies are facing. So it's very clear that it is the third biggest economy after US and China. So that's how the industry is growing. So the three challenges I would like to highlight is number one, it's about intelligence sharing, because that's where we have a challenge. If an incident is occurring in one industry, it needs to be shared across all industries so that people can take evasive action. That's number one. Second is the amount of challenges we are having. We need skilled people to address these challenges. That's where there is a big gap between what needs to be done and what skills are available. And the third thing is, with a lot of new technologies in place, AI, quantum, the threat landscape is evolving. So which means this is also a big challenge, and how to address this. These are the three key challenges. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but then if you see intelligence, it's a very important aspect, because the key thing about cybersecurity intelligence is that if an issue occurs in a particular industry, a particular country, or there is a pattern in terms of how an attack happens, the moment it is shared across countries, across industries, across regions, then it is very easy for organizations to take evasive action. This is where it is very critical. We also heard people talking about it yesterday in terms of how Interpol has an intelligence sharing mechanism which is addressing organized crime, but then we don't have something very similar for cybersecurity. So it's extremely important we have a platform where all this information is shared, so that each organization or each country, and considering all those what we saw from a geopolitical perspective in terms of the India-Pakistan or what's happening in Ukraine and Russia, and it's extremely critical that people share information and people learn from those experiences so that we can take necessary action to safeguard the country or the organization. I think the greatest thing about this expo is that I'll talk about 3 points. Point number one, we have panel discussions, we have presentations from experts, and what I strongly believe is that even if you read 10 books, or even if you watch 10 LinkedIn learning podcasts or courses, the information you will get from these panel discussions, it is like bit-size, concise, practical information which will help you to understand the concepts much better. So I highly recommend that. So that is point number one. You have all these panel discussions. Point number two, you could also see the amount of innovation happening in cybersecurity. There is an option to see what all products are available, what kind of innovation is happening. It's not about totally understanding the products. It will also give you a good idea of what are the threat vectors there and how we can address that. And the third point is it's also about networking. Yeah, you get to see meet industry experts. You get to see what kind of things your peers are doing in your industry, other industries. So these are the three things: networking, panel discussions, and also knowing what products are available and what are the threats which are happening across the industry.